In a world of brass and coal, where flying cities soar and volcanoes roll, lived a girl named Lily with a curious mind, wondering about her name so hard to find. For in this land of towering machines, there were no flowers, just cities and fiends. And though she searched both high and low, Lily found no answers, no place to go. But one day, while wandering the city streets, she spotted something shiny at her feet. A brass clock ticking away that would change her world in every way. She picked it up, feeling its weight, and the clock's gears began to rotate. Suddenly, a light shone bright, and a voice spoke to her with all its might.
Sell me to an antique shop.
Lily's mind said in delight. Lily chuckled at the ticking clock's request. But selling it right away would be for the best. After all, who knew what other surprises it might manifest? Lily walked with the clock in hand to the antique shop in search of a plan. She hoped to sell it for a fair price and meet the shopkeeper, oh so wise. The shop was grand, with antiques on shelves, a place that made her feel like royalty herself. And there, behind the counter, a man in black suit, with a polished cane and polished boots.
Welcome, my dear. How can I assist you on this fine day now?
He said with a bow. Lily showed him the clock, with brass so bright, and told him her story of her search with delight. The shopkeeper listened with a keen ear and examined the clock with a crystal-clear sphere.
It's a remarkable piece. A treasure like this could sell for quite a wad.
Lily's eyes widened at the offer so grand, and she thanked the shopkeeper with a grateful hand. But as she turned to leave, the man spoke again.
Wait, my dear. I have one more thing to explain. You see, this clock, it's no ordinary find. It's a piece of history from another time. And though it's worth a fortune, in gold and more, I offer you this advice, which I implore. Keep it close and cherish it well. For treasures like this, they seldom sell. And if you must, wait for the right buyer, who'll understand its value and light it with fire.
With that, Lily left the shop, feeling wise and bold, with a clock of brass and a story to be told. Of a shopkeeper in a black suit who taught her to see the true value of treasures beyond mere currency.
0, 1, 2.
Lily's heart raced as the aggressive robot approached, demanding the brass clock with its metal encroached. The shopkeeper shouted.
Run, my dear, run!
As Lily grabbed the clock and made a quick turn. She dashed out of the shop and into the street, with the robot in hot pursuit and its metal feet. She ran and ran with her heart in her throat and stumbled upon a carriage that seemed like a float. She jumped inside, with the clock in her hand, and the carriage sped off across the land. The robot chased them with a fiery roar, and Lily knew she had to escape once more. As they approached a flying city in the sky, Lily hoped they could escape before the robot could fly. But as they ascended, the robot caught up and threatened them with a force so abrupt. Lily made a quick decision, with no time to think, and grabbed a lever that made the carriage shrink. With a sudden burst of steam, they shot into the air, leaving the robot behind. with a mechanical stick. They flew towards the wasteland with the wind in their hair, and Lily knew she was finally free without a care. She looked at the clock with its brass shining bright and smiled, knowing she had won the fight. Lily's heart sank as she looked back at the city, her home, now a battlefield in this robotic pity, explosions and fire filling up the air as people fought for their lives without a care. But the flying robots, they were still on their tail, and Lily knew they couldn't afford to fail. They landed on their flying city with a giant machine that could tear apart the city with a force so new. The city couldn't hold up under such weight and started falling down towards the wasteland's fate. Lily held on tight to the brass clock in her hand as they fell to the ground. In this robotic wasteland, Lily ran through the wasteland with the robots in hot pursuit. Their machines relentless, their aim resolute. The only hope of escape lay in the volcano's might, a desperate move in this never-ending fight. With every step she took, the robots grew near, their machines closing in with a metallic sneer. Lily ran faster towards the fiery mountain's peak, hoping to find safety in this volcanic retreat. But the robots were too close, and Lily stumbled and fell, her precious brass clock slipping from her grip into hell. It fell into the lava with a sizzle and a hiss, lost forever in this steampunk abyss. Lily closed her eyes in despair and dismay. Her only hope of survival had been taken away. But then she heard a voice from within the fiery roar. And like a seed, a new hope began to soar. A sprout emerged. The wasteland it bore. From lava to water, the land transformed. The seed's power, the landscape reformed. As the seed grew into a towering tree, so big and strong Lily could hardly see, its branches spanned the world, its roots deep. From the tree's great power, hope did reap. Nature fought back. With all its might, the robots could not stand the tree's pure light. The land was cleansed, the robots destroyed. The wasteland now filled with hope and joy. As Lily looked up to the sky so high, she knew the tree would never die. Its branches would shelter those who seek. Its roots would nourish the land so bleak. And like a seed, a new world was born. From the tree's great power, hope was drawn. For where there once was chaos and strife, now stands a tree that brings new life. Lily thought of her journey from start to end, of the airship that carried her to her city to attend. And there she found the white flowers she sought, the answer to her question finally caught. She looked around and saw a world renewed. The steampunk cities, once dark and crude, now full of wildlife, trees, and flowers bright. And happy people under the trees' great light. Gone were the machines that once ruled with might. Nature had won, a new dawn in sight. The world was alive, with the trees' great power, and hope and joy bloomed like a flower. As she looked back on the journey she made, she realized how far she had truly strayed. From a world of darkness to one full of light, from despair to hope, what a wondrous sight. Lily, my dear, fear not. Your name means beauty, though it may be forgot. In this world of machines and steam, you are the flower, a wondrous dream. And with those words, Lily knew that her name held a meaning true. She smiled, for she had found her place, a flower in a world of steel and grace. And so she traveled on with newfound purpose through the flying cities and wasteland's surface. A girl named Lily, with a heart of gold, a flower in a world that was once so cold.